there are no two things that are alike. Things are different because they have a different purpose. They have different objectives. They have different goals. They have different ways of achieving a specific end. So you want to get mad because she won't treat you like she treats this. She's never going to treat you like she treats that. She's not supposed to treat you like she treats that. You're asking for something that people in general can't do, especially women. Women are not going to be able to do that because your presence or your persona may arouse a different feeling from her.
Shoot.
And if you think that by being an asshole or being difficult to women, you think that's flattering. You think you're trying to use that self-loathing or trying to sting their vanity in order to make yourself appealing. You're making yourself appalling. Because ain't no woman trying to check for the end that she ain't for. And ain't no woman checking, ain't no woman going to accept that type of seduction from an end that she ain't attracted to. So Pookie and Ray Ray can call her all kind of this. That's who she want to fuck. That's who she's attracted to. So that type of verbal abuse is an aphrodisiac to her. But coming from a square into who she ain't looking back at twice, you just an annoying ass. That she ain't looking to fuck.
And of course,
so the difference is you don't rule that.
Yeah, and of course, we can attest to that because I have tested it in real time. We talking about my baby, crybaby Nish. When she got that tattoo, my name tatted on her neck, I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to test the waters to just see how far I could push the pimp envelope. You know what I'm saying? I just started calling her bitch. You know what I'm saying? Come here, bitch. Shut up, bitch. What you talking about, bitch? You know what I mean? And of course, right, I was doing that because she was always talking about how it turned her on when Select again was calling her a bitch to her face. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to, see where I stood, within that context, man. And man, that bitch wasn't having that shit. She did not appreciate me calling her this. She was like, Mike, you know what? I don't like it when you do that. And I was just like, oh, and I didn't confront her about it because it was just a test. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of figured that she was not going to accept that from me, but I just wanted to see. I had to test it in real time, and that attested what you were just talking about. She wouldn't accept that coming from me. And can you go into why?
Yeah. Yeah. I just explained why. Because to the men that they are pursuing, to the men that they're attracted to, those men are challenged. So they will always take more abuse from an end that they're attracted to that's a challenge from the end that they are really not all that physically turned on by.
Right.
And they know that that's not you. Because their approach is, you already hard to want. Then on top of it, you're going to play hard to get.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you think that by being slick mouth and being rude, and being condescending and overbearing with all this false swag you got, because you got a little bit of red pill awareness, you think that that's impressing her because you going out of your way to be an animal. No, it's not. What you doing, you run up on the wrong hit, that's a formula for you getting shot.
Oh, man.
You run out there trying to be as slick at the mouth as she is. You run out there trying to go word for word and try to match her intellectually and verbally and rhetorically. And that bitch ain't sophisticated and she's not prone to intellectual banter back and forth. She'll have the industry to come out there and shoot you, or she'll shoot you herself.
Oh, man.
These red pills are going to get y'all. Listening to them is going to get y'all. There's a difference between red pill awareness and red pill rage. And bathing in that red pill rage, you emasculating yourself. You emasculating yourself more effectively than anything it ever could.
Mm.
You storing up all that anger and all that rage, and you ain't. You just trying to take solace in the fact that you know this is your nature. And what you doing with it?
Man, yeah.
See, too much of anything is bad, even if it's knowledge.
Mm.
Too much of anything is bad, even if it's knowledge. Because here you are trying to decode and trying to react like a shit to every little insult, every little slight, every little grievance. You want to react to every little thing instead of overlooking and say, you know what? You're going to end up on your knees with me shooting nut in your face.
Hey, we practice jiu-jitsu over here, man. You know what I mean? We take the opponent's energy and we redirect it, and we focus it back onto the and onto the Pookie and Ray Rays again, man. You know what I'm saying? It's power and strategy over here for real. We ain't playing no games, man. We about solutions, my nigga. We about solutions. We ain't about to sit up here and cry about shit. You know, like, we see something that needs to get done. We got a problem need to be fixed. We gonna fix that shit. And what be cracking me up is these niggas out here talking about, you know, we ain't about them solutions. You know what I mean? They be whining about, you know, the females and who the female is. But these are very same cats, man, that basically state emphatically, like, I deserve a dime. You know, and I want to fuck for a flat rate. I want to fuck for, you know, just like, wait a minute, nigga. I mean, ain't this what you at the females about? You know what I mean? Because they selective on who the hell they want to fuck. Now all of a sudden, you want to be selective on who you want to fuck, but you talking ish about the broads because they being selective. The madness is going on with these. It's crazy.
But that don't apply to them, though. They're special.
Yeah, no doubt.
We just told you are not special. That includes you too. It's not your turn. It's not it's just your turn.
Yeah, man.
So there's nothing to say that even if you fuck that, you're gonna keep her. Because if the game has to be in you, not on you. There's psychology, strategy, and cunning involved in what we do. So you can get off that because I know where you're gonna end up at the end of the night. I know where all your buttons and your weaknesses are. I know where all your vulnerabilities are. So the only thing you're going to do is I'm going to put you on punishment and scribble in your face. That's the only thing that's going to happen. You're going to give me the opportunity to put you in check.
Shit, man.
So what did Fleece Johnson say? We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
Mm-hmm. I like you, and I want
you. And I want you. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, man.
So you're sitting here and getting mad about who they and thinking you will never be Pookie and Ray Ray's equal. Shit. And back to Alan Roger Curry, you will never be able to do what he does. Because that's who he is. But you can work your own zen. You can work your own formula. You can work your own magic. That's not to say you can't learn a thing or two from him, because you can. But you can't take his formula and want to be him and then get mad when it don't work for you.
Shit, man. Just like, you know, me and you, man, we've had long, protracted, prolonged relationships with these females who we've had this so-called trick hole relationship with, man, spanning a decade. You know what I mean? It's basically an unofficial marriage is all it is, man. You know what I mean? And so, you know, cats that look down on what we do, I'm like, man, basically, all this is a marriage, man, but it's just on my terms. You know, if you're a married man, you coming out the pocket, man, and you taking care of the broad, right? But when you do it our way, you come out a lot cheaper. And, you know, you don't have to deal with the attitude. You ain't got to deal with, you know, broads with her period and her maxi pads and the kids and all that kind of shit. You just deal with the good aspects of the female. You know what I mean?
And you save time.
Mm-hmm. You know, because is looking at it from an ego standpoint, man. It's just like, you know, you paying the bitch. I'm like, man, you just paying the bitch, man.
I know what you're thinking.
Uh-huh.
You thinking we just a couple of fat tricks saying some slick ish because we trying to save face because we paying, right?
Of
yeah,
course.
That's what you thinking.
Of course.
You better get a clue.
And you
Buy
know,
a clue.
And dig, you know, because I always shut niggas' mouths up, man. I'm like, do you have 4 broads around the city with your name tattooed on their ass cheeks? You know what I'm saying? If I'm so weak and I'm so lame, how can I get that shit off? You know what I mean? I like there's more to this shit that meets the eye, man. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing lame or goofy or sweet about me, man. I'm a game player, man. I'm a game changer, man. Shit, they better ask somebody about me.
When you put together, you see, if you've been taught and you never left the 6th grade where you're doing fractions,
right,
and you're in high school doing algebra or in college doing calculus or trig, calculus and trig ain't gonna make sense to me that have always been doing fractions.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
When you tell them to solve for x, they don't understand that the x is a number and that you solve for x by subtracting the lowest number on both sides and eliminating the variable, and that gives you the answer.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand that little trick. Egads, what sorcery is this?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you won't be able to get that across to them because they're dealing with the fractions of their egos. They want a ball rub. Well, I'm going to ball rub. You see, with 75, I'm good. With 75 on my turf, with my rules, with my favors, I'm unbeatable.
Mm.
As Ice Cube used to say, you can't fake me.
Shit, boy.
I'm deadly when it comes to this. I am not a mode 1. I am a mutant power trick, and I'm proud of it. Mutant and proud.
Yeah. And once again, I lay out that challenge, man. You know, any of you against, man, think that I'm on that weak sauce. Like I said, produce multiple women with tattoos of your name on their ass cheeks. I can do that. All right, so there's more to this than meets the eye. You feel me? I gotta lay it out. Say what?
Yeah, and you had to pay for it. Oh, you mean more than what you paying by laying up with in a long-term relationship?
Mm.
More than what you paying by going through all that free stuff? More than what you paying by having her cheat on you with me for $75? Really?
The most gangster hard. Man, they can't even fathom that they do that shit. They can't even fathom it. Like, it happens all the time, man.
And here's the stupid part. It's because of you that she's doing it.
Mm.
It's because of you that she's sucking it for 75. You ensure my existence.
Power strategy.
You see, when a man comes forward at you and you move back, you take away strength.
Mm. Right.
See, he thinks he's getting over, but you're coming in also. And when a man attacks you, you attack him at the greatest speed in a circular motion and break his whole balanced structure.
Mm.
If I touch you, you can forget it. I have you. Dr. Moses Powell.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
See, you make my $75 more valuable than what it is. Why? Because you stealing from a bitch that broke.
Mm-hmm.
You taking from a bitch with nothing.
Shit.
You making her desperate enough to come and suck in and turn tricks for little or no money, and then be happy to do it. You are getting her hooked on me.
Now, dig, look, I can understand if the cats that, because I have met a couple dudes that was like this, man, They knew that they broad was out here sucking up, fucking to get, some change or whatever. And they was real pimpish about it, man. They ain't even tripped. They be like, hey, that's what she do. And I don't actually talk to cats, man. We done chopped it up, and they like, man, I ain't got no problem with it, man. Some real pimp shit. But the majority of them, they was on some sucker shit, man. They was just all in their feelings. And cause you remember that one man that was beating up Ice, and they called me, and he told me he was gonna kill me, and he was gonna kill her, and he put her in the hospital, and he just poured out his soul, man, talking about all of the fucked up ratchet shit she was doing to him, and and he just kept saying, I'm a killer, and I was like, so I don't give a fuck, man, you know what I'm saying, dude, killer. Got my face with that shit, man. He was in his feelings, man. This gangster nigga, man, he was so heated that he had found her number or my number in her phone and shit. He had heard about me, and then he went to the website, and he just lost his mind, man. I'm like, again, man, be happy that you're putting in that work, man. You know what I'm saying? We family. Then remember how he basically man, by the end of the conversation, man, he was like my best friend on the phone, man. He was just thanking me for listening to him and shit. You know what I mean? He's like, man, thank you, man, for talking to me, man. I just, I'm just like, man, for real? Like they make niggas
work with them.
Yeah, it worked with them too. See, I got that natural. I mean, even though I don't use the moniker Professor X a lot, man, there's a reason why I get called Professor X. Because, man, as far as my mental, man, my telepathic powers, reading others, man, and basically calming them down, I'm real good at that shit, man, from a psychological standpoint, man. I can bring the best out of almost anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? I can talk out of some bullshit, shit, man. But, yeah, there's been a lot of cats, man, that, threatening to please me, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this shit. And I'm like, damn, it's been very rare that I actually find dudes, man, who actually was in a relationship with it, and they found out that she was with me, and he was cool with it. You know what I mean? Just like White She-Devil. You know what I mean? I chopped it up with her husband, and we made an agreement. Like she belonged to both of us. He like, bet. He ain't had no problem with it. He like, shit. He would call me, be like, she over there? I'm like, yeah, she over here. He'd be like, well, when she done, man, send her on home. I'm like, cool. Yes.
That's you can work with right there. He understands his role.
This actually happens in real life. Again, don't think this shit goes down. Again, don't think that a dude who actually lives his life majority of the time tricking can get that kind of shit off, man. But I'm a player, man. I mix and I match, man. Sometimes I'm on some pimp shit, sometimes I'm on some Mack shit. 60% of the time I'm actually on some trick shit because it's more fun. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
yeah.
See, for me, I do whatever's needed.
Yeah.
I don't bother myself. I do whatever's needed in order to achieve the objective.
Right.
You see, because at the end of the day, people are suckers for the truth. And it's going to be what it's going to be, and it is what it is, and everybody know what it is. So when you talk about how they, how they get in their feelings, and they supposed to be so gangster and tough, are they really that gangster?
Well, no, they ain't gangster. They feminine. They just as feminine as these niggas on YouTube crying about the pookie. Okay. Both factions is feminine as far as I'm concerned.
Well, let me take this a step further.
Yeah.
Now, you're being labeled the simp, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
And this is the gangster.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the simp crying to the gangster. It's the gangster crying to the simp.
Yeah.
So who is what in that conversation?
Well, we already know what it is.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
So if that's what it is, now let's come back to where we came in at. Who is the real select nigga? And who is the real non-select nigga? See, that title don't mean shit.
Right. You sure
that
don't.
Alpha and Beta and Theta and Delta and Epsilon and Gamma and Zeta is trash. It means nothing. You're different. You're not inferior.
Yep. If your broad If your broad is kissing you in the mouth on Facebook after she just got done giving me sloppy toppy, I don't give a fuck how many niggas you done robbed. I don't give a fuck how much dope you done sold. I don't give a fuck how much time you done did, my nigga. All that thug and alpha shit. I laugh at that. You tasted my ball residue, boss. I mean, whatever. Whether I paid her direct, it's irrelevant. She cheating on you with a lame ass. So you say. But I'm not, man. Shit, I ain't getting sloppy seconds. You are.
So enjoy the taste of that beverage. Enjoy the taste of that beverage. Because in this equation, I'm not the trick. You are. You're the trick. And she tricked you. She tricking with a trick, and she tricked the trick. So enjoy the taste of ball residue, trick.
Hey, check it, man. We got to go ahead and we got to do some things, man, as far as Alan Roger Curry is concerned, man, because, in the past I've been accused of being an ARC fanboy, you know what I mean, because I rocks with ARC. He one of the few dating coaches I actually take seriously, you know what I mean, and a lot of it's like, you ain't got no criticisms of that, and you's a fanboy, you know what I mean, accusing me of riding or whatever, man, so I was just saying to myself, well, I don't really have no criticisms of this, man. Not really. So I had to really think long and hard, man. I'm like, is there anything that, perplexes me about some of the shit she says? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to do. ARC, if you're listening, I'm going to have to go hard in the paint, man. I'm going to have to do it to you, man, because the rest of these guys out here, they Rudy Poot. They don't know how to actually come at you, man, with some fire, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a run for your money, man. So that's what we gonna do right about now. All right, you ready, ARC? You ready? And I expect to get a response, man, because I know you ain't no punk. You know what I mean? I know you down for whatever, right? So first question I got. All right, ARC says, shit, man, women done treated me like a king, man. Shit, I ain't never had no problem with no black woman. Black women done treated me like a king. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to know is, because I've asked this question before on a prior podcast, but I don't know if he didn't hear it or he just didn't want to answer it, okay? I don't know. Maybe you've actually heard him answer it, but I've never actually heard him answer this question. If women have treated you like a king, you know what I mean, and you so blessed to actually have, these women in your life because they took good care of you, why is it that he has neglected to actually settle down with a black woman? What do you think about that, Tony? Like, you got a cat that says, I ain't had no animosity towards none of these women. Women have been great to me. Women have been good to me. But yet and still, I don't think he sees the value of settling down with a woman or a black woman. I don't know. What's your theory on that, man?
I think that there are several reasons for that.
Mm-hmm.
You see, that's why we always say in Mack City, we're the style that's not a style.
Right. We
don't have a style.
Exactly.
We don't concentrate. You hear us use the term power trick, but that's kind of satirical.
Yeah.
And that feel some kind of way about tricking.
Yeah.
When you paint yourself in the vein of a prolific womanizer,
mm-hmm.
when you are the king of verbal seduction, when you are the master of getting into women's panties, the women that are stable, that would be attracted to him, only want him as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. The women that he wants, the women that he knows that are quality, and the ones that he really wants, that he thinks that would be really good in a relationship with him, because he is in this role. See, in a way, he sort of pigeonholes himself in because he's just that good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blessing and a curse. It's a double-edged sword. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So when a woman is used to you taking her down, just like what he said earlier, he said women put men in different categories. He said they put you in, okay, you're a casual sex buddy, but I ain't gonna have no long-term relationship with there's someone that said, well, I want to have a long-term relationship with you, but I don't want to be a buddy. He has always been more hedonistic in his pursuits of women.
Okay.
And see, that hedonism, there is, as you very well know, that hedonistic pursuit has consequences too.
Mm.
Everything has consequences. It's just like you. You had a woman that you would settle down with, right, man?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We know how that ended up, right?
Right.
Okay? So, if he's in that situation where he has painted himself as a prolific womanizer, and the women he's doing this with, they know what he's doing. He's honest about what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure some of them have probably fell in love with him, but it never works because that's not who he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's one reason. The second reason is he knows that he doesn't trust women. This is my opinion, this is just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He has other men's wives.
Mm-hmm.
So why would he go be a husband? You understand?
Yeah.
He been down in the basement with his head in a woman's mouth while her husband is upstairs. Why would he want to switch places?
But don't you think that kind of flies in the face of him? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it because he says that women have. Well, nah, I'm kind of fucking up on that.
What he's saying is the women he hasn't had a negative sexual experience.
Right.
He hasn't had the experience of being chosen over for a Pookie and a Ray Ray.
Right. Uh-huh.
You see what I'm saying? He is the select boy. That's in his experience.
Mm-hmm.
Women have taken care of him.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to pay the cost for that maintenance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
see, he all his life he done been an informal gigolo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You remember that song? I'm just a gigolo. I ain't got nobody.
Yeah.
You know that song?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was thinking to myself, I'm like, well, because it seemed like he giving him a good character reference, while, because he was admonishing these weak ass against online for crying about shit, right? But then, Alan was like, man, they treat me like a king. They treat me like a king. You know what I mean? But then I'm thinking to myself, but Alan got to know that these laws are shiesty. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what these red pills again. They mad about the shiesty nature of these broads. You know what I'm saying? But Alan got to know that these broads are shiesty. And then you think of the fact that he ain't settled down with none of these positions. So you think to yourself, well, maybe he don't think they are as good as good natured as he making it out to be. But then again, it's really not a good nature argument. I think the argument is they just treat me better than you. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really got no problem with them.
That's probably it. But let me try to explain it this way.
Okay.
Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson said boxing was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Okay.
What happened to him? What did boxing do to him?
What do you mean? Made him famous? Gave him money? What?
What else? How did they end up?
Brain dead?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
See, what you love